Alright, let's do a measurement. As it lays. About 21. 19. And this is just after shower, oil, balm, blow dry. So I'm going to pull it and measure it. Alright, we got some of the ends down past 21. Some of the fast growers are down about 22. So despite cutting a few inches off this summer, it's still getting longer. Back in a bit. Alright, we're back in my garage. Excuse the lighting in here, it's an overcast day. I just wanted to show you some of the tins of beard balm that I've gone through over the last 3 years. This is probably about 90% of them. Some of them my kids took for whatever they are doing with them, and some of them I don't remember what happened to them. So the few brands I've tried, Mad Viking, Raven Rom being my favorite one, a really great scent, and a really buttery smooth balm. Very good balm. Some of the first ones I tried were the Honest Amish. This was the first one. This is actually a beard wax. So this one's very hard. Difficult to get out. You need to use the back of your thumb. Warm it up in your hands and apply. And it has super strong hold. So if you need super strong hold, I'd recommend more of a wax over a balm. Also tried this Honest Amish beard balm. It was just okay for me. Didn't care for the scent. It seemed like it had little wax beads in it, which I didn't really like. Also tried this Gentleman's Beard Care gloss. Has a great scent. Reminded me of pine or cedar, something like that. Pretty light. Just gives a nice little gloss to your beard. Oh, that's Professor Fuzzworthy. Alright, and the two main ones that I've been on, especially here lately, Beard Booze. This stack is Beard Booze minus the ones I have in the house. A variety of different ones that I've tried. Another good one if you need hold. So, for me, Beard Booze is all about hold. Alright, the main one I usually use is the Wolf Cry Beard Company beard balms. That's no secret. I usually like this one the best, Wolf's Blood. He does have a newer one that I really like too. I believe it's called Raven Wolf. So Raven Wolf and the Wolf's Blood are my two go-to scents for Wolf Cry Beard Company. And they're not quite as strong a hold as the Beard Booze, but the scents are really, really good. Alright, let's try this. I put a little lamp here in the garage. Hopefully we have a little bit better lighting. So next on my list to discuss is oils. What do I use for oils? Well, What I do is I go to the vitamin shop or the grocery store and buy jojoba oil or jojoba oil, and I put a couple drops of an essential oil in it, and I mix it up, and that's what I use. 100% jojoba oil. I don't overthink it. I don't go and try to get all the different kinds of oils. I'm sure they're great, but for me, keep it simple. $10 for a big thing of the oil, and put it to my dropper and apply it. So that's what I use. Made a little list so I wouldn't forget anything. I was asked recently about beard wash. What do I use and how often do I wash my beard? I haven't typically used beard wash, but I have been sent a couple samples, and it worked just great. It was from Beard Booze. Good beard wash. It worked as advertised. It cleaned my beard. It got all the junk and balms and oils and whatever else out of the beard, and good to go. But typically what I do is I just use whatever soap I use for my face about once a week. I'll get the beard, I'll work it in all the way into the skin, and work all the old balms and oils out, and then immediately rehydrate with oil. Alright, split ends. Yes. So maybe 6 months ago I just started looking for split ends, and I did find a bunch on the first go through, and I just been keeping an eye every other day. When I'm sitting watching TV or so, I will just take a look, and usually I'll find one or two and just go ahead and nip those. I'm gonna go ahead and look for one for this video and try to get a picture of it and insert it here, and if I don't find one, it won't be in the video. So split ends, yeah, they're a thing for beards. If you find them, don't think you have to cut your whole beard off. Just do them one at a time. Get right above the split, or well back is even better, and you won't even notice a difference. Some other comments I've received are, cut that thing off, it looks like a broom. Yep, I guess it does. It looks like a broom a little bit. That's okay. Another thing is you'll never find a woman with all that hair on your face. That's cool. I've only been married over 20 years, so it's all right. Plus, you know, what I'm hearing is I'm a good wingman, right? We can go out, the girls will look at me and say, ooh, and then look at you, and you might even look decent compared to me. Who knows? So, all right. So those are some of the comments. Another one I get sometimes is why is it gray down here and darker up here? Shouldn't it be the reverse? And in theory, yes. But my idea is the ones here, their growth cycle, their life cycle of growing is very short. So you'll actually find the ones up in here are a lot shorter. Like this stuff, for example, that's only like an inch or two, and I've never trimmed that. The long stuff comes from up underneath, from maybe here on back. So it is different hair. It's not this. It's not dark and then goes gray. Yes, I do have the V, the beard split, which I do not like. And that's just due to short hairs growing right here on the chin and long hairs growing on the sides. It just naturally makes a V. When am I gonna cut it? I don't know. I had planned on cutting it at my 3-year beard anniversary, which was a little less than a week ago, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So the answer is I don't know. I have seen a video or two which says men who shave want to be women, or they're transvestites, or, you know, just ridiculous stuff like that. I don't subscribe to that belief. I don't believe a beard makes one a man, or makes you stronger, or a better husband or father. I think all that is marketing, and it's ridiculous. The best men I know, the best men I have ever known, have been clean shaven. And those are real mentors, really good men. I guess that's about it for comments. Mostly, you know, out and about. Reactions over the last 3 years have been varied. The first few months was probably the worst. Admittedly, it was a mess. I mean, the beard was a mess. It was not trimmed. It had a mind of its own. So, not a good reception the first few months. But after a year, between year 1 and 3, it's mostly positive, especially among men. Women from time to time will compliment and give me a nice smile, but mostly, almost every single time, it's men. It really is a good social experiment on how people treat you different on how you look. I remember being clean shaven, and I guess everyone thought I was like a perfect gentleman and sweet and nice, and now everyone right off the bat assumes I'm a tough guy or mean or whatever. Part of that's due to my resting bitch face, but that's probably a whole nother video. Alright, so living with a beard, I wanted to discuss this a little bit. Just some restrictions and pains in the butt, having a beard. Sleeping, number one. I do braid it every night before I go to sleep, and that's just because it'll get in my armpit, it'll tickle my ear, it'll get in my face, and sometimes I'll even roll over on it. So I did eventually have to go ahead and braid it up. No big deal. Wind is... I don't like the wind now because it just blows everywhere and it's a huge distraction, especially when I'm out hiking. That is probably the number one reason why I've almost cut it so far, because I do not want to give up hiking or being outdoors. That's much more important to me than having a beard. So I'll just have to deal with it as I go. Working out, yeah, at the gym. It's usually not a problem. I lay down on benches and it'll fall to the side, or if I'm using a machine with a cable, once in a while it'll get caught in something and pull a little bit. So I've resorted to, on certain machines, just taking the beard and tucking it in my shirt, doing the exercise, and then pulling it out. Kind of ridiculous, I know, but you do what you gotta do. Okay, prep time. This is in the morning when I'm getting ready for work, or on the weekends. I got it down to about 10 minutes now. So I get out of the shower, I get it nice and oiled up, get some balm over the top of that, work that in, brush it out, and blow dry it as I brush. And I can do that in 10 minutes or less usually. So not a big deal. And honestly, I only brush it out about once a day, sometimes twice. That's about it. What else? I guess I'm gonna go ahead and dig through some of my old photos and let you see what I used to look like without a beard, a little beard, medium, and on until this will be the final one right here. So I'm the same person, I just have extra hair on my face. So 3 years. My goal was 1 year. I wasn't sure I could do it, but after I hit that 1 year mark, I just couldn't cut it because, you know, a year is a big commitment. So, you know, you get through all the ugly stage, the itchy stage. After all that's done, it's really hard to go back to that. So I just went for 2. I got my 2. And then at that point I was like, you know what? Just let it go. So we are now at 3 years. We've done a measurement, and it's still growing. As I said, I don't know when it's going to get cut. When it does, though, it's not going to be shaved to the skin. It'll probably be about an inch or less. So that's what I have. As always, if you have any other questions, please put them below, and I'll do my best to get to them. Any feedback, positive or negative, is welcome. Go ahead and leave that. Love it. I especially love the negative comments because it gives me a chuckle. So you guys take care. Enjoy your bearding journey, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.